Hi and welcome to JavaScript Toolbox, tips and tricks to make your code more expressive and structured. Let's talk about promises and continuations. Here I have a producer function that returns a promise. Once the promise gets resolved, it will return a string, hello. Here I call the producer function and set up the continuations to it. First one will output the result to some log. Second one will add the string to the result. And the third one will output the result of the previous call to the console. This code looks like a train wreck. You have probably seen such code in your projects. To make it more readable, what we can do first is to extract these anonymous functions and give them an explanatory names. This will make code more readable. Let's take this function. This function outputs the result to the log, so let's name it log result. Now we can use this name and pass this function as the continuation by name. So the next function is adding a string to the result. So let's extract it also and give it a name. We'll call it format greeting, and we can pass it here. And the last function outputs the result to console. We could extract it and give it a name, or we can just pass the console log as the argument to the then function. Now let's check if this code works. Well, it does. Fine. So now this code reads more nicely. When the producer function executes, when the promise gets resolved, then we will log the result, we'll format the greeting, and output the greeting to the console. Now, another trick for you is, what if I want a format greeting to accept some extra arguments except that the result from the previous callback? I could do this, usually we do this by introducing the anonymous function that accepts the result and then calls the needed function return format greeting, passing in this result and extra argument, like the name in this case. Result and the name, and I can make it format, so add the space, then the name, then the exclamation mark. And this will work, but that makes code less readable. It adds some extra syntax that I don't want to see here. What I want instead is to do something like this. That would read more nicely. How can I do this? Well, it's easy. Instead of returning a string, I will make this function return another function that will accept the result. And this function will have only one argument, name. Is it still working? Yeah, it works. Well, how it works? Here I'm calling the format greeting for function, passing in the name. This function returns an anonymous function with closure to this name, and this function will be passed to then. And once executed, it will use this closure to add it to a result. This way, I'm not introducing any extra syntax here, and it still reads nicely, and it works great. So I'm just hiding this anonymous function creation into this call. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can use these tricks in your work to make your code more readable, expressive, and structured. See you in the next videos.